104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. It is a Section Tuesday. Our good friend Brittney Devane joins us from the Upstate Sports Edge and, of course, CBS6. And, well, you've been doing a lot lately. You've been pretty busy. So let's get right into the big game of the night. Saratoga taking on Shen in high school hoops.
Yeah, it's a doubleheader up at Saratoga tonight. I'm going to be kind of hunkered down there on the baseline. These two games might shape up to be two of the best games of the season, and, of course, they come in the regular season finale. If you look at, we'll start with the boys, I guess. So the Saratoga boys have knocked off a handful of really good teams, most recently, of course, Shaker, and they beat Schenectady earlier in the year. So while their record isn't the most impressive in the Suburban Council, their body of work and the teams that they've beaten is great. So if they can knock off Shen, that sets up a really interesting situation in the standings because Colony has the head-to-head with Shen, and if Colony was to win, they'd have the same record. So it's a really interesting situation that we have shaping up here, depending on the game, if Saratoga can pull off another kind of classic win over Shen tonight. And then on the girls' side, the Saratoga team most recently knocked off Shaker, and Shaker beat Shenandoah. So you had kind of have those three teams just beating each other up, and so that game is going to be very interesting. Obviously, Saratoga goes in as the underdog in both games, but they're both teams capable of pulling off the upset. It's going to be very interesting tonight. And, of course, rivalry game, coaches versus cancer. The place is going to be packed. It's going to be the place to be tonight.
It's going to be an exciting matchup for sure. Let's just stick on the boys' side for a second. Depending on who the winner is of this game, Saratoga or Shen, could we see Colony, Levack's alma mater, his beloved Colony team, actually go into the playoffs as the favorite?
You know, I don't want to say yes, carve it in stone because I'm not fully schooled, but in just looking at the way that things are playing out, it looks like they could. They have the head-to-head against Shen, so if their records are the same, I think that Colony gets that number one seed. Again, I don't want to set it in stone because maybe there's something I don't know about, but that's the way it looks to me. And, Colony is just so impressive, and I think they came into the season as the favorites, maybe. I mean, it's hard to be a favorite against Shen, but with their returners that they had. And then maybe had a couple of losses, games they shouldn't have lost earlier in the year, but they've come on so strong in the last couple of weeks, and they are scary. I wouldn't want to play Colony in the playoffs.
Admit it, you don't want to say that they're number one because you just still have anger towards me.
No, hey, you called me your good friend at the intro of this show, so I
right.
have no anger.
And now I'm questioning. I'm questioning that.
I'm trying to give you what you want here, Levack.
Brittney Devane with us right now. Of course, you see her with us sometimes on the Upstate Sports Edge on the CW15. You catch her a lot on CBS6, and you catch her all over the area covering multiple sports. But we know the one closest, nearest, and dearest to your heart is hockey. What do you make of Union so far this season? How high is the ceiling for these guys?
Well, lately they've split the last couple of weekends, and in doing so, I think 3 weeks ago, they moved up a spot in the standings, and in the last 2 weeks, when they've split their weekends, they've dropped, but only one spot. So they're kind of fluctuating in that 4, 5, 6, 7 range right now, even with some losses on their schedule recently. And so that's kind of peculiar to me. I think that the people who are doing these rankings kind of take a look at the body of work and just the overall product that they've put out on the ice all season. But it kind of worries me, the fact that they are splitting these weekends and losing these games when they really should be closing it out down the stretch. So they do have a couple regular season games left. They're still kind of high up in the ECAC standings. Harvard is kind of, they're coming on strong. They just won the Beanpot last night over BU. So Harvard is not the matchup that you want. Obviously, Union split with them on the season. But the fact that Union has not been dominating and still kind of staying up top there, I just want to see them finish the season really strong. Obviously, Mike Vecchione has a chance to win the Hobie Baker, so to see him, what more can you ask of him? But just the whole team in general. And, I'll be stopping by their practices one of these next couple days, and hopefully they're going to get their number one goalie, Alex Kelleropoulos, back. He's been out with an injury. So hopefully that they can get all the lines rolling, get their goalie rolling, and head into the playoffs, hopefully on a win streak.
Nothing has scared you away to think this team cannot be a Frozen Four team at the end of the season, though, right?
No, I still see them in the Frozen Four. I would just like to see a little bit more from them heading into it. I can easily see this team as one of the last four standing. They're so good. Obviously, Rick Bennett knows what he's doing. Again, their playmakers are some of the best in college hockey, so they have those things going for them. They just, I think they'd like to see a little bit more momentum going into the end of the season here.
A to F, what would you give a grade for Jason Lewis's performance in net as a part of the Union hockey team? And I use team in air quotes.
You know what? I am the number one hater. I give Jason so much trouble for when he does these things, but I'm going to tell you, that was so fun. I think that the team had fun. I think that Jason had fun, even though he got, I don't want to give anything away right now because that is not going to be aired until. You'll have to see how he does.
Ooh, okay.
Jason gets in net. Yeah, it's not airing quite yet. Jason suits up in goal and takes on Mike Vecchione in a shootout. And the look on Mike Vecchione's face is he just has this smile on his face the whole time. I think he was having fun. I was having fun shooting it, and Jason had a ton of fun in net. So that's something to watch for on the Upstate Sports Edge within the next week or so. Can't wait to air it. Jason's already done working on it. It's going to be great. I think you'll be really entertained.
Brittney,
we'll give you a sneak peek tonight, guys.
Ooh, okay.
But you're the diehard hockey fan. When are you going to get between the pipes and protect the goal?
You know what? I got to protect the moneymaker. This face can't get any bruises on it. Got to protect it. So I'll be behind the camera for that. Not when Mike Vecchione's shooting the puck.
The beautiful, talented, and wise Brittney Devane. She's smarter than Jason Lewis. Stays out of the net. We appreciate you. And you said you'll be at Toga Shen tonight.
I will.
So we'll be looking forward to updates from that as always. And thanks for coming on and helping us out with Section Tuesday.
Thank you very much, guys, for having me.